Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, pada hari ini kita akan membentangkan assignment problem based learning PBL bagi subjek AGR3102 Principle of Weed Science. Jadi saya akan perkenalkan diri terlebih dahulu. Okay, nama saya Nurul Safinaz binti Fauzi. Matric number J46166.
Nama saya Mohd Farhan bin Makhlis. Matric number J46191.
My name is Hanis binti Yahaya and matric number is J46183.
Okay, saya akan mulakan dengan pengenalan, introduction. Weed implantation are usually managed and controlled using several methods such as cultural, mechanical, integrated production system of using living stock to control the weed or chemical herbicides. Weed management with the use of chemical herbicide is the most common practice in oil palm plantation at some stages of crop development. Based on the statement, the previous owner had been using the herbicide metsulfuron methyl for 3 consecutive years in the plantation to control those weed species before selling it to Mr. Shafiq. But in the first week following application, both weed species were severely injured by metsulfuron methyl. However, after 3 weeks, none of the weed died, but instead recovered and increased their number. Metsulfuron methyl is an organic compound classified as a sulfonylurea herbicide, which kills broadleaf weed and some annual grasses. It is a systemic compound with foliar and soil activity that inhibits cell division in shoots and roots. Jadi ada beberapa problem and possible factors mengenai statement tadi. First, herbicide resistant. Continue using the same herbicide, metsulfuron methyl, for a long-term period, 3 years, to kill weed. A resistant population begin with a little as one resistant individual. Resistant plant set seed producing more resistant individual. The inherent ability of a plant to survive and reproduce following exposure to a dose of herbicide that would normally inhibit and kill susceptible individuals of the same population. Resistant plants were originally susceptible, but through continuous exposure to herbicide, they became resistant. Weeds survive herbicide because of continuous application of the same herbicide, not because of the herbicide. The same herbicide is used on the weed population with more resistant individual. The process repeated. Over time, the number of resistant individual increases until almost all the entire population is resistant to the herbicide that is used to control them, and control becomes failure.
Okay, for the solution, we have two approaches to solve the problem. First, when herbicide resistance has yet to occur. Second, when herbicide resistance has developed. Okay, for Mr. Shafiq's situation, we have decided to take a second approach where the herbicide resistance have been approached because the previous owner have been used the same herbicide for the 3 consecutive years, so the herbicide resistance has been approved. Next. Okay, for the solution, we applied for integrated weed management, IWM. Integrated weed management means integrating multiple weed control technique into a single weed management program, optimizing control of a particular weed problem, reliance on one method may lead to development of herbicide-resistant weed. In this case, a combination of multiple management methods of chemical and biological control is chosen to overcome the problem. Next. Okay, for chemical control, it can be performing herbicide rotation practice. This practice will keep the resistant population down. In herbicide rotation, 2 or more herbicides are selected for a crop situation, and these are used in alternate years. Okay, for Mr. Shafiq situation, we can use another herbicide than the usual herbicide to control the weed. Okay, the suggested herbicide brand to use are Roundup and Galon that used in alternate years. Roundup is used to control Astasia generica, while Galon is used to conserve Nephrolepis viscerata. Okay, for Roundup, Roundup is a brand of a systemic herbicide. Broad spectrum glyphosate-based herbicide originally produced by Monsanto. Roundup is choose because it contains glyphosate and phosphonomethylglycine, where it is systemic and non-selective herbicide that is used to kill broadleaf grass, sedge, and species cut. Okay, for Galon, Galon contains the active ingredient triclopyr. Triclopyr-based herbicide belonging to the class of pyridinicarboxylic acid. Mechanism of Roundup and Galon on wheat are by taking up through the root, stem, and leaf tissue of the plants, then transport via symplastic process and accumulate in the meristemic region. That of triclopyr-sensitive plant usually occur over a period of 7 to 14 days. Okay, these 2 herbicides will be applied to the entire plantation. Okay, just on the spotted area, not to the entire plantation. We just apply on the spotted area that interfere the farm activities. Okay, in the same time, we want to conserve the Nephrolepis viscerata, but still control the number of the species. Next. Okay, we decided to conserve the number of Nephrolepis viscerata because the fern can use as control crop in the shaded area of mature oil palm plantation, protect soil surface from dispersed power and destructive power by rain drop, slow runoff, enrich the soil organic matter and increase soil porosity. Next, control when it interferes with farm activity, fertilizing occur nutrient competition between wheat and oil palm. Okay, for the formulation, untuk Roundup, shade over 30%. Okay, for 2 liter herbicide for 1 hectare with 450 liter of water. Okay, for 5 hectare of the plantation, we use 10 liter herbicide with 2,250 liter of water. Okay, for gallon, we use 1.5 liter herbicide for 1 hectare with 450 liter of water. Okay, for 5 hectare, we use 7.5 liter herbicide with 2,250 liter of water.
Thank you, Safinaz and Hanis. So for another method we use for IWM is biological control. We introduce integration livestock. Introduction of integration livestock to control weed grow in a palm oil plantation. Integration is a field of low input where livestock is brought into the farm to use the weed that are found in the farm as source of food. For example, Astasia generica. This integrated breeding system is a system of breeding cattle. The amount of livestock depend on the quantity of the weed available. As you can see from the picture, a plot controlled by an electric fencing system, as well as plain grazing ground practice in Pekra. So next. So this biological control use and formulation. First is grazing plot from starting point A, while point B is the managing area. So the equipment is, we can see from here, is first sanitizer. Second is solar chargers. And selected spot herbicide used to control the weed after grazing. Electric fencings, you can see from the picture, electric fencing around the plot. This kedah kangkang cow in the electric fencing, the cow that we choose for grazing. This one the managing area for the plot. For formulation of the breeding purpose, one male and one female cattle, 1 hectare, they grazing or move to the next plot when the weed head is about 6 inches after grazing. So next.
Okay, for the conclusion, in overall terms, this solution may solve Mr. Shafiq's problems. The chemical practice of herbicide can reduce the competition of weed and cultivate crops for nutrients such as water, light, and space that can result in significant crop losses. While livestock system can partially support the industry of beef cattle by way on land use in oil palm crop optimally. In addition, there is a large area of oil palm in the country which is able to overcome the problem of lack of area for livestock. Other benefits of this system that have been identified are reducing weeding costs by up to 15%, increasing income, fertilizing oil palm crops, and increasing fruit yield by way of a lack of competition between wheat and palm to obtain nutrients. So that's all for today. For our presentation. Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye. Thank you, Ate.